feel like, okay guys, so you know how like people like hating on like, well, not hating on, because like I feel like it's like like this like this whole short attention span stuff, and like, bro, the term brain rot is crazy, and I feel like that's very much like, and then you know how the CIA will like, okay, so you know that one girl who wears the choker necklace? I feel like in one of her videos she's talked about how the CIA has ran like its own like things, you know what I mean, like in the media, and I feel like brain rot, and like short attention span, the placebo effect of that is like, I feel like, I just feel like that's something, so if even if it wasn't the CIA, it's like it might like someone definitely got a raise claiming that shit, because that's so crazy. Like having people out here just like self-deprecating to the point where they're like telling themselves that their brain is rotting. It's like, bro, it's not that serious. Like, short form content, first of all, everybody has an attention span for the things that they care about, like regardless, like it's like, and and like that's the whole point. And like this whole thing of like how, like, what, okay. I was like writing about this earlier, but it's over there. I might read it for you guys tomorrow. But I didn't think about the CIA thing until just now. Cause like, bro, it's natural to to like, it's self self self-soothing to watch 15-second long videos or 1 minute long videos, and then like like and it's like, I feel like every method, not every method, maybe I shouldn't do this, but like, maybe I shouldn't generalize. Let me try and think of another thing. It reminds me of like the like lazy, like, quote unquote, if you can, like, I did quotation marks, like, it's not real, like doom scrolling, or like because people will naturally like gravitate towards what is feeding their soul, or well well yeah, because I feel like addiction, like, okay, okay, I feel like addiction is because, one, trigger warning, it's prolonged suicide. And two, it's an escape. And like it wouldn't be happening if there wasn't something to be escaping from. Like look around, bro. And like maybe in a perfect society, well, not in a perfect. I don't like that. I don't like that. I don't like that. Maybe in a perfect society. Maybe
No.
Because it's literally like in like the near future, like soon, like it's already happening. Like go check out Planet Wild. People, like, it's already happening. Like whenever there's more permaculture gardens and like third places and like buildings next to these permaculture gardens where people can come together and like cook together and like come together, like in general, and like have meals together, have basketball, swimming, volleyball, like a lake outside, like a beautiful, beautiful building built by an architect who's actually passionate and not just like a concrete slab. People will go there, like, you know what I mean? Like, people will be there, and then whenever they're not there, they'll have like it just won't be that big of a thing. Because also I went to rehab for like 90 days, and like I didn't have my phone there, and like it's like I didn't even like, okay, at first I wanted it, but then it's like I didn't want it because I was always around people and we were doing activities and we were learning, and it was nice. It was really, really nice. Like I low-key wanted to stay there, and like that's what we need. Like shaming people for like finding community in whichever way they can, whether that be through drugs, which is harmful, yes, or through social media, which I feel like is not that big of a deal, because it's like it could be worse, literally, like, you know what I mean? And if someone is just like chilling in their bed and healing their nervous system and like their body, especially because like this is deep and ingrained in our like evolution at this point, and our evolutionary knowledge. Like this has been happening for so long, and like I think it's good for people to take like that's their bodies being like that's their bodies knowing what they need to, you know, for whenever it's like they're like relaxing and like healing. Drugs and alcohol, I can really mainly speak on alcohol because I didn't really do like, okay, anyways, we're not gonna get into it too much because anyways, but alcohol, it's like that's the real spooky part. And the people, that we can talk about that at a different time. See what I'm saying? All at the pop shop. All at the pop shop. pretty little baby. It's like victim blaming, because the way that the government works is an abusive figure that like is like we can't just leave, like it has to be healed from the inside out, you know what I mean? And the people at the top are abusing, well, this is for any abuser, like they're abusing themselves as well, because it's like that's not safe, that doesn't feel good to them, it's just what they're used to. So it's like whenever fishermen go back to, it's reminding me of like whenever fishermen go back to sea and they literally get seasick because they're on land and they're not on the sea anymore. I feel like that is like kind of what billionaires think about, like, and it's low-key what I've like felt about, like whenever I used to think about permaculture gardens, it like at a certain point it like I was just filled with this, like I didn't know what to call it, but it's like a grief. Like so many people have been hurt and killed over hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years, dude, for no reason at all. And like especially for the billionaires and the people who are actively perpetuating these things, like they are gonna have to see these they're gonna have to see it, like, well, I don't know if they, but I feel like for some of them this might be the case, for others like it might not be the case, like they might, like, because like everyone's on their own path to healing, like naturally, like the body is like, that's like the natural homeostasis, like trying to feel safe, which I guess doesn't always lead to healing, because sometimes safety isn't actually nurtured, like nourishing, possibly, because no, I think that safety is innately like for it to be true safety, you know what I mean? Because I was gonna say, well, they have like money and houses and stuff, so they're like physically safe, but they're not even physically safe because they're causing their bodies pain and anxiety, like naturally they're doing this because it's unnatural to be perpetuating futile, like constrictive, like poisonous situations to happen, you know? And I feel like once they see these, like they'll, like, as we build more communities and third places that don't cost money, and like gardens, and like especially in schools, helping them build their own permaculture gardens, and then like beautiful buildings, and like as those kids grow up and like just are able to flourish, and like everyone is able to flourish, like I feel like they're gonna be able to see, you know what I mean? Like they're gonna be able to feel it, like energetically in general, like, because I also believe that all of us pick up on the energy of the world, because like we're on the world, and like energy is like tangible to us, like, you know what I mean? And so like whenever it's acknowledged, it's able to be healed. and used as well and converted to fertilizer to grow and learn. PTYL XOX.